Hi, and welcome back. Welcome to another Monday, this one falling on the 17th day of August, falling after Community Day 2015. I'll talk about that in just a second. I need to make mention of a couple of things. One of those being a cold front that we're staring down in your forecast. Tonight, maybe a half, maybe 3/4 of an inch of rainfall. We've got some serious chances of some showers and storms, especially building up midweek. No big severe weather threat as of right now. We'll keep our eye on that, but the forecast does not compare to that of last week. It does pretty much clear up and clear out just in time for your weekend, which is days away, as far away as it can be, but is shaping up to be pretty nice after what might be a bit of a dismal week that lies ahead. More in your forecast in just a few moments. More on Community Day a little bit later. We've got a whole lot of fun things to see and do and hear. The only way to take in all of Community Day is to go yourself, but I'll make my very best effort to get to you as much of the fun, prizes, games, and things that happened a little later on in the week. Speaking of later on in the week, Sayersville City Council meets in regular session this evening. It is expected that they will be asked to weigh in on the proposed demolition of the Sayersville First Baptist Church building as is proposed by the Montgomery County Public Library. On that note, I can tell you that petitions with several hundred signatures attached to them were hand-delivered today to the Department of Local Government as well as the Heritage Commission in Frankfort. Now those petitions and those signatures in support of preserving the historic structure. The Montgomery County Public Library meets in regular session tomorrow morning at 10. I'll have a camera tonight at the City Council meeting, the Library Board in the morning, a report to some degree on both on tomorrow's program. And by the way, the Montgomery County Fiscal Court has set their next regular session meeting for 4 o'clock this Wednesday. Indeed, I think I can sum it up by saying definitely a busy news week. Be sure and stay with us for all of that happening. Last week I referred to, and it's also another thing that we are going to be hoping to do, I was wanting to speak with the individual who suffered multiple yellow jacket stings and really started to get into some respiratory and other medical distress as a result of getting into 2 nests that were in the ground, I believe while mowing or clearing some grass. Well, just earlier this afternoon, and I don't know the results of which as of yet, but the Montgomery County Rescue Squad and EMS personnel were called to the Cow Creek area in Montgomery County after a 10-year-old had suffered multiple stings. Bees or yellow jackets, I'm not quite certain as to which. I do not think that he was showing some immediate signs of being in distress, but that can turn into a very serious and dangerous and even deadly situation very quickly. But one of 2 stings that local EMS and emergency personnel have had to respond to in just about a week or so. I'll have a follow-up on that tomorrow on tomorrow night's program. We'll also have some auto accidents and some other information. 2 agencies literally collided, if you will, on Route 114 over the weekend as representatives from both were traveling and collided in their respective vehicles. One of those was a FEMA representative on her way to Johnson County, and we'll also have a number and tell you about where they have set up shop, so to speak, in Johnson County in just a few seconds. Before we get to local headlines, I just do want to make mention that the same judge, after the Supreme Court ruled that the Rowan County clerk, Kim Davis, would issue marriage licenses after a judge ruled just last week that she would issue those licenses despite her continued rejections or objections based on her political beliefs, has now said that she will not have to do so pending her appeal of the case. U.S. District Judge David Bunning just earlier this afternoon did officially order that Kim Davis can have a stay, so to speak, pending her appeal of his case and not have to issue marriage licenses to any or all individuals in Rowan County pending that appeal. Of course, this has been an ongoing case. The Supreme Court coming down with their ruling at the end of June and an ongoing situation, but Davis still holding on to her Christian beliefs. It says that she or they prevent her from issuing licenses, marriage licenses, that is, to same-sex couples, and as a result, she of course stopped issuing them altogether. And now she has a bit of a time frame, so to speak, to appeal that latest ruling. A bridge set to come down and be replaced by a multi-million-dollar replacement. I'll tell you more about that, the bids that were let out for that, and some calls of emergency right after these messages.
To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband.
Several serious calls of emergency over the course of the weekend in Magoffin County. The first that I'll cover tonight was a two-car collision on Route 114 yesterday afternoon. Now, this involved two agency vehicles, one from FEMA, the driver on its way to Johnson County. I'll also tie in some information to this report in regards to where they have set up shop and their hours of operation. The other vehicle was driven by the Pike County Extension Agency, a large van that struck a small passenger car after that passenger car pulled out from the Sagersville BP.
This was the scene. The white passenger car seen here was being driven by a FEMA representative. She had pulled into the Sagersville BP, and local law enforcement investigating or handling officer Neil Adams with the Magoffin County Sheriff's Department says that it indicated at that point of the investigation that she was pulling out of the BP parking lot and did so into the path of an oncoming van, a van that was registered to the Pike County Extension Agency. The two collided near head-on in fashion. Extensive damage done to the small car. The big van, not so much. The driver of the van refused medical treatment. She was out upon arrival of emergency personnel. You can see the damage done to that vehicle. Also, the driver of the vehicle, the FEMA representative, she too refused medical treatment at the scene, even though it was a significant collision. Route 114 was tied up for a significant amount of time until the vehicles, the debris, and the investigation could be completed. No other vehicles were involved, and we were fortunate to learn that this was a near head-on collision that resulted in minor, if any, injuries, both occupants or operators refusing medical treatment. Now, while I was on the road going to the west today, FEMA has established a disaster recovery center in Johnson County. This is on Route 40. If you come into Paintsville, go straight through the light, and it's out there on Taze Branch. The FEMA Recovery Center has been established. They still have their 1-800 number and the website you can go to and log on from the comfort of your own home and ease, and I'll get to that in just a second. However, they want everyone to know they're located at the former Kentucky Highlands Entrepreneur Center. That's on Scott Perry Drive off of Taze Branch Road in Paintsville. They open at 12 o'clock, and they will be open at 12 o'clock today for their first initial day. After today, however, they will be open from 9 in the morning till 7 p.m., Mondays through Saturdays until further notice. So once again, 9 till 7, Monday through Saturday, and that is once again until further notice. Now, very soon we'll be venturing over and finding out more information, but this is for anyone and everyone, regardless of how much damage that you may have incurred due to the flooding or other situations around the same week of July the 11th, same time frame roughly as the terrible and deadly flooding that happened in Johnson County. They offer a variety of assistance, whether it might be with rental assistance as you have a a temporary place to live. They also can help you with other damages that you incurred to your property, and the list does indeed go on. To find out more, once again, they encourage you to use their toll-free number, 1-800-621-FEMA or 3362, and you can always log on to disasterassistance.gov to find out more, and very soon we'll be speaking directly with FEMA representatives and getting more information to not just everyone in Johnson County who needs it, but also to Magoffin and anyone in the neighboring areas that also had damages to their property or suffered a loss that might be covered after any insurance that you may or may not have had. Back to emergency calls, definitely some serious irony here. These photographs taken by Dwayne Davis and brought into the newsroom today, and they show a collision involving a motorcycle. Just a few weeks ago, we covered a motorcycle accident within feet of this accident site on 460 West out of Sagersville, the Grape Creek side of the Bear Branch Hill, and literally within feet of this accident site. That time it was two men from Pike County, one of which lost control and collided with the guardrail. This time it was two men traveling to Indiana, one of which lost control of his motorcycle. It went down. He, too, also in an eerily similar circumstance, suffered a traumatic lower leg or ankle injury that would require trauma transport. Air Evac 118 out of West Liberty was called. The landing zone was established at the Bloomington Volunteer Fire Department, and the accident victim was taken to the Pikeville Medical Center. Once again, this happening on 460 West and only just a few short feet away from a very serious and very similar motorcycle accident just a few weeks ago.
More headlines in just a moment. Right now, let's find out what's happening this week that lies ahead on tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau Community Calendar.
Birthday wishes tonight to Ora Lee Smith, 75 today, I'm told, Ora Lee, and from a whole lot of family, from Bree and Missy and Richard and Charlie and a whole lot more. They want to say they love you lots, wish you many more, hope you've had a wonderful day. Happy 75th to Ora Lee Smith from a whole lot of family and friends. A reminder for local residents about a meeting tomorrow. The Kentucky Public Retirees Organization is a nonprofit organization working, they say, to protect the retirement future of many Kentuckians. If you are retired or eligible to retire, they say that you need to be in attendance at this meeting. It's set for tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock at the Senior Citizen Center here in McGoffin County. The Tip Top United Baptist Church is having a revival. It starts this Wednesday and runs through Saturday at 7 p.m. nightly. Sunday morning services at 11 will be followed by homecoming. Brother Etsy Allen will be doing the preaching and dinner to follow on Sunday, but starting Wednesday, it's nightly at 7 p.m. at the Tip Top. And I have... My goodness, I misspelled tip. How embarrassing is that? At the Tip Top United, I should have left that alone. You may not have even noticed. The Tip Top United Baptist Church. Heritage Days will be a focus here very soon now that the Community Day Festival is over, and we'll be talking about it a little later on about the full list of events. Right now, pageant sign-ups start this Friday, 4:30 till 6. The next and final 2 sign-ups thereafter will be Saturday the 29th, Monday the 31st. Now, this Friday, as they all are, it's at the McGoffin County Historical Society building. It's this Friday, 4:30 to 6. Pageant sign-ups. This is for anyone newborn to 12 years of age. It's $20 per entry. And once again, you can enter at the McGoffin County Historical Society. Sagersville High School class of 75 wants to remind classmates of their 40th year reunion, and this is for a lot of folks. They're going to have an icebreaker reception 7 o'clock Friday at the Sagersville Renaissance. Hamburgers, hot dogs, drinks for all classmates and teachers. The formal dinner will be Saturday at the Ramada Inn in Painesville from 7 to 11. $45 for couples, $25 for singles. All former classmates of Sagersville High School 72, 73, 74, and 75 are invited to attend. Whether or not you graduated with the class, they want to see you. And they've also got a contingency fund established for those who might not be able to pay for the full cost. So they're making it just as accessible to everyone as possible, as we do our community calendar. It's free, as we've always said, and it also includes any announcement like you've seen, birthdays and anniversaries as well. This is how you get them on the program. And remember, you can always catch programming the following day on yournewstoday.com. In the past 2 weeks, I've just now caught a little bit of a technical glitch that was hanging up the update, and it wasn't getting put on until almost a day and a half later or so, but we got that fixed. yournewstoday.com to see programming again, or in case you missed it the first time. Services were held earlier today here in McGoffin County in honor of 56-year-old Bobby Ray Howard of Improvement Fork, who leaves behind his wife Della Howard, daughters Christy Jenkins and Alicia Ray, brother Robbie Howard, and sisters Sandra Howard, Judy Van Hoos, and Lisa Newman. Services once again held earlier today in honor of 56-year-old Bobby Ray Howard. And we've also learned of the passing this evening of 46-year-old Labe Israel Minix of Sagersville, who passed away on yesterday's date, survived by his mother, Mary Back Minix, stepfather, Donnie Ray Minix. Also, he is survived by his companion, Vicky Cole, as well as a brother, Ricky Arnott. Funeral services for Labe Minix are going to be held this Wednesday at the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Visitation will begin tomorrow after 5 o'clock, and then prior to services, once again set for Wednesday at 1 o'clock. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband.
while local leaders, the McGoffin County Judge Executive's Office, and State Representative John Short have referred to it for quite some time now. One of our last conversations with Mr. Short was discussion of one of the upcoming projects headed to McGoffin County, and we've now got a little bit of a public release, so to speak, on that. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet for District 10 has released several items, several projects, which are going to be going out to bid. $6 million for 7 highway projects within District 10, and one of those projects is a more than $2 million bridge to replace one that definitely needs to be replaced here in McGoffin County on Kentucky Route 30.
First, a significant correction on my part. Contracts have already been awarded, not to be let out, but they have actually already been awarded as part of the July letting. And once again, they are for 7 different projects, more than $6 million in total. About $1.9 million to resurface about 9 miles of Kentucky 15 in Breathitt County, nearly $1 million to resurface nearly 10 miles of Kentucky 476 in Perry County, another $700,000 nearly to install concrete pavement at intersections of Kentucky 15 in Breathitt County. Similar work to be done in Perry County as well on the same stretch of highway, I do believe. Also some resurfacing to be done in portions of Menifee County. Also, a little more than $312,000 for some resurfacing in Estill County, but the pictures you are looking at here are associated with a $2,210,000 project to replace the bridge over the left fork of the Licking River on Kentucky Route 30. This bridge, of course, has been deteriorating for many years and was narrow from the time it was constructed. It sufficed the needs then, but not, of course, in modern times. Work is to be completed within 110 working days once the construction begins. While I have reached out to find an estimated beginning construction date, we haven't received that information back as of yet, but it appears as though it will begin sometime in the relatively near future. Bids once again have been awarded. We'll find out more. Also John Short might be in the area tomorrow for a prior conversation. We hope maybe get some more information from him. I also have a call into the Jackson office of the Department of Highways as well. The Department of Highways in District 10 consists of 10 counties: Breathitt, Estill, Lee, McGoffin, Menifee, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, Powell, and Wolfe. On to other news. What you're looking at here is just the first of several hits of some showers and possibly some thunderstorms over the course of much of the week. We could pick up, I think 3/4 of an inch might be a little bit on the heavy side, but a 1/2 inch as showers look as though they're going to pick up over the course of the evening. This radar accurate till just a little bit after 6 o'clock, so I think we're set to have some showers set in and pick up. Only a light sprinkle or 2 here at the studio to this point, but we will see some more throughout the remainder of your evening. And this is out and ahead of, well, similar action, maybe even some a little bit more intense than this throughout the week. But for now, I'm at 78 degrees and holding for just a brief moment or two. We'll continue to fall here shortly, down to about 67 degrees. Showers and storms, as you saw, are in the mix. Nothing on the severe side. 1/2 inch of rainfall is possible. This is out and ahead of a cold front and a system that will collide to give us some better chances of some storms and more showers later on midweek. And I think it's going to be a scenario you might as well get comfortable with for at least the foreseeable future. It's going to be rainy and back and forth for a little while. Tomorrow, we'll see clouds continue to hang tough, not going anywhere. 81 expected for daytime highs, a bit cooler. A low of 68. We've got a chance of some showers and thunderstorms to the tune of about 50%. And then we'll see some isolated showers late tomorrow night. But then Wednesday, the action resumes. I think Wednesday we'll see temperatures pick up to maybe 83 degrees with that. Some isolated showers at the onset, then a chance of some showers and thunderstorms increasing throughout the morning and afternoon hours to the tune of 50% early, 60% as the afternoon and evening progresses, and showers and storms will be likely at the end of your Wednesday. Once again, temperatures in the low 80 range. On Thursday of next week, we've got still a similar and very likely chance of showers and thunderstorms on Thursday. Temperatures falling. See what the cold front's going to do. It's going to finally make its way in here and put us back into the 70s with nighttime lows close to the 60-degree mark. Thursday, you can count on about a 60% threat of showers and thunderstorms, and I would say that might even be a bit conservative at this time for your percentages. I think we'll see showers and storms much throughout at least a part of your Thursday. Things do start to clear up and out by Friday. Mostly sunny degrees. Did you hear that? Mostly sunny skies and a high still cool of 81 with a low of 60. but it should be clear and mostly calm. Talk about partly cloudy skies at the most. Saturday, while we do have a slight threat of showers and storms work its way back in, right now I'm going to go as far as 20%. I'm still going to give us mostly sunny skies, temperatures in the low 80s, looking for a pretty favorable weekend, not as warm as this past weekend, and a little bit greater of a chance of some showers, I think. No severe weather threat at this time to even think about issuing something of that nature. And then pretty much ditto on your Sunday, to the tune of only about 30% though. But still, we'll see at least partly, if not mostly, sunny skies on your Sunday. Temperatures into the mid-80s will climb. And once again, that chance of showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures fall back on Monday. Start off next week. Still more sunshine, but still that threat of showers and thunderstorms that, like I said, it's going to hang in, dig in, and cling on, off and on, at least, for several days to come, probably throughout the month of August. And while I often close by saying that's my time, it's not so much tonight. I'm cutting just a bit short. Well, on the road a lot today. However, I'm also getting ready to get on the road and travel only a short distance. The Sayersville City Council meeting is where I'm headed. The Montgomery County Library Board meets tomorrow morning at 10. Any interested parties who may have an opinion on the saving or not of the Sayersville First Baptist Church, that will be a good time, I'm sure, to express them. We'll have reports on those meetings, and as you heard at the top of the program, Community Day, the Montgomery County Fiscal Court, and a whole lot of things happening this week. So be sure and join us back here starting tomorrow night for what will be the rest of a busy week for us. For now, enjoy your evening. We hope to see you back here, though, tomorrow night. Same time, 6 and 11, Howard's Cable Channel 7 and Foothills Broadband Channel 40. And also, of course, anytime thereafter on yournewstoday.com.